Schön weg, see you.
So, as you can see, I'm back home, thank God. Yesterday I came home at midnight and I thought at that hour I'm not going to vlog anymore, so I decided that I'm going to do that now, a few hours later. What can I tell you about yesterday? Well, I wanted to check out of the hotel at midday, because I was talking to the receptionist and she said that's okay. And at 7:15, suddenly the door opened. I was still in bed in my pajamas sleeping, and a stranger stood there and said, "Oops," closed the door, and I was alone again in my room. And I thought, what was that? And a similar thing happened again till 8:30, and I went to breakfast after that, and I wanted to stay in my room till 12 and then go to the airport. When I came back from breakfast, I couldn't open my door because the card wasn't working, and there was a woman standing right at the end of the corridor, and she was a worker in this hotel, and I asked her if she could open my room because I want to get my bags because I need to check out soon. And we were trying to get the card working, but it was not working, and she used hers. And after that I thought, okay, I think they want me out of this hotel. So I took my suitcase, I took my backpack, and I left the hotel at 10 a.m. in the morning, and I went straight to the tube station and went to the airport. And I arrived there at 11:30 a.m. and I was at the airport till 8 p.m. I was sitting there, walking around, shopping a little bit, waiting for my plane to come. It was an interesting day at the airport, but not something I want to do again. I was not going on a sightseeing tour, a short sightseeing tour into the city, because my suitcase was that heavy. It was about 21 kilograms, and I just thought I want to sit down at the airport and wait for my plane. So with my heavy suitcase and my heavy backpack, which had about 9.1 kilograms, I arrived at the airport, sat down there, had a few sandwiches that I took with me from breakfast, and I found Tiger Balm at Boots, which is some sort of pharmacy and cosmetic shop at the same time. In Austria we have something like that called IPA or Müller, but we do not sell, or they do not sell drugs there. So it's just a cosmetic store. But the UK is different, and they have drugs there too. And Tiger Balm is not available anymore in Austria or Germany. And I thought, okay, they have that stuff, so I need to get some. So I bought 4 Tiger Balms, and that's really great stuff. I love that for, what does it say? For the treatment of tension, headache, and temporary relief of muscular aches and pains. So that is great, and for nasty colds. Yeah, I bought that. And like I said, I was waiting quite a long time for my plane. Then it suddenly arrived, and we were 30 minutes delayed because there have been some problems with the parking area where our plane had to go. There was still another plane that had to get that plane going and taking off, and then ours could park there. So that took quite some time. Then finally we went on the plane. I sat down in my row on seat 5A. And they closed the doors, and all of a sudden a steward came and asked me and the woman sitting next to me if we could move to row 23, because at row 5 at the landing from Vienna to London, they had problems with the oxygen masks. They fell down right in that row, and they don't want us to get hurt or anything in case that happens again, so we should move to row 23. So I sat down at my seat 23F. We took off. We were faster than I thought. We were at home at 10:30 p.m., which was great because it was exactly our landing time. The pilot had flown very fast from London back to Vienna, which was cool. And at the landing, there was a little surprise. First of all, the steward came again into row 23, and he handed the woman and me a little present for our cooperation, that we moved the row without hesitation or anything of a big argument or something. And he gave us both a bottle of Prosecco. I'm an anti-alcoholic, but I never say no to a free present, so thank you again, Austrian Airlines, for this bottle. At the landing, like I said, there was again a little surprise. They started playing the Donauwalzer. A really great feeling, because coming back home and hearing the Austrian music, it was really a great welcome back, and I really loved that. And this is a great idea, I think, for airlines to play some typically country music. Country music, I don't mean like Taylor Swift, I mean which is typical for this country. So landing with the Donauwalzer and being home very fast was a very great ending for this trip after a long day at the London Heathrow Airport. Yeah, so I'm back home now. I hope you liked my London adventures. and I put quite a lot of videos with things I experienced there in this. So I hope this wants you to go to London too, because it is really a great city. There are thousands of attractions, little and big ones, and you need to find out for yourself what is important to you, what you really want to see. Just find out for yourself, and I wish you a nice journey. Bye!